Harley Quinn.
Mark Robbie played Harley Quinn. Yep.
Crazy.
She did.
I
Harlizzle.
mean, she did eat the roll up. I will not lie.
She did. She did. Have you watched both Suicide Squads?
No, not yet. I do really want to. I'm just gonna see if it's on any of the streaming
Have
services.
you watched either of them?
One. I've watched the first one.
Okay, thank
And because
God.
I was never really into DC, I was kind of just like, yeah, it's a movie.
She was ass, bro. It's so crazy.
For me, it wasn't even ass. It was just like, it just is.
I feel like if you rewatch it now, you're gonna because
100%.
on a like movie making craft level, that movie is so abhorrent. I feel so bad for David Ayer that he has to be labeled as director for that film because a lot of that was not his doing as well.
Yeah, that's what's really frustrating with a lot of like with the new. Okay, we can actually start the podcast, and I will have things to say.
Yeah, no, I've been recording. I've been recording for the last minute. Yeah.
Okay, we want to do an intro and then we just splice that in at the beginning?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Good morning, y'all. Welcome back to Twin Peaks episode 10, question mark. Guys, episode 10, we made it. We made it to the big 1-0.
We made it to double digits.
The big 1-0, that's a book that my parents got me when I was 10. I don't remember what it's about, but the cover was kind of scary a bit. That's kind of a cute present from them. Shout out to my parents for that. Yeah, what the fuck were you talking about with Suicide Squad?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I was saying something about yes, the new Marvel movie that's coming out. What's it called?
The Thunderbolts.
The Thunderbolts. You know how they did the most with the marketing? They were like, it's the cinematographer of The Green Knight, it's the producers of this is the editor of Everything Everywhere.
And it's a very practical movie as well. Like they're not using a lot of green screen.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
My only fear is they can bring in as many of these people as they want. The producers are going to decide everything.
Yeah.
And I don't trust the producers.
Yeah, no, me neither. As we have seen from every other movie they've made in the last. When was the last time they made a good movie? I don't want this to be. When was the last time Marvel made a good movie?
Infinity War.
I think Spider-Man: No Way Home is okay.
No, was that the second or third one?
But the one with all of them.
Yeah, I didn't hate it, but I think the common agreement is that it was hated.
Guardians 3.
Oh yeah, okay.
People like Guardians 3.
That long ago. I enjoyed it.
Black Panther
the
2.
It was fun.
It was okay. Black Panther 2 was okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro, don't give a fuck about the MCU. So let's scrap that. Let's just talk about life. Let's talk about life and how we live it.
But the whole point of that was just to say that you can bring in all these talented and very creative people that have done these amazing things. If the showrunners and production and like producers have the final say, none of that means shit.
Yeah.
Because they will always be after money, and whatever's after money kind of low-key sucks.
They are cheddars. They are Mr. Cheddar looking for that bread, looking for that cheese, unfortunately. Tate, I'm stealing this from Jordan Teresa's podcast. I think it's called Voice Notes. Listen to Voice Notes, guys. It's a really good podcast. A song you love, a book you love, and a movie/series you love right now.
A song I love.
Yeah.
Okay. I think a song I love is gonna be one I've been listening to for the last 2 months, like repeatedly.
Mm-hmm.
And that's gonna be no, there's two options. Either Why Lie by T-Pain. Is it? No, it's not T-Pain, sorry.
You racist.
No, because I was thinking
black
of
men
I
are the
Love Her.
same.
Damn.
That's how it is,
I Love Her by Glorilla and T-Pain.
Okay,
which is another song I've been
okay.
really fucking with. Um,
It's best kept down Flo Milli.
yeah, Skip Down
Yeah,
Flo Milli. I love that one.
good
Why
song.
lie? So good. Or Stripper Song by Paris, Texas.
Stripper Song by Paris, Texas, also so good, also so good. And then book and movie slash series.
Okay, I have not been reading as much as I would like to. So the most recent book that I completed and enjoyed was Directing Actors.
Okay.
And I forgot the writer, but she's really good. So it's just like a very fun read, honestly. She's very good at writing and engaging people.
Mm.
And then a favorite film I've watched. I have only watched 18 films this year. So I do not have a lot on my
People are gonna hear you say
options.
only and like try and kill you. Uh,
um, I watched Nosferatu earlier, and that was really good.
mm.
You know what? Actually, what I've been really into, Samuel.
Al
It's a
Jackson. Sorry.
it's a series of short films, if you will, animated ones about this like 12 or 10-year-old boy, and just like him going through life.
Shout out
It
to
is very good. It's very cute.
I almost said shout out to 12 and 10-year-old boys, but yeah, keep growing, guys. Keep growing.
Keep
You are
growing.
the future, and
So
we
yeah,
believe in you.
those are my top ones thus
Okay,
far.
six, 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 six.
What
Ask
about
me
you?
back. Thank you. um, I'll start with movies. I forced my girl to watch the first Fast and the Furious movie, and she liked it. Thank
Because it's a good movie.
heavens, man, because it's such a good movie. Whoa. Um, so yeah, watch that. Also watched Portrait of a Lady on Fire and begged her to not become gay after watching it. But that was really good.
It
That
was
was
really good, dude. Celine Sciamma is such a good director.
yeah, so say so weak ruining of a movie, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Uh Great movie. Uh and then the song I've been listening to a lot. I've been listening to a lot of Sad Boy. She's great. She's a Canadian artist. I thought she was British, but Canadian.
Mm.
She's a song called Fashion Week with Smiley. And I love that song. I also love her song Watch It All Fall and Jane Baby featuring Cash Cobain. So tap in, listen to him. And then
Oh yeah, I
books.
have Wifey Rhythm saved of hers.
Hell yeah, that's Shy Girl's song
Fashion Week,
with
yeah.
Georgia Smith. Fashion Week with Sad Boy and Smiley, yeah.
Okay, I'll give
And
that one a
then
listen to.
book.
Have you been reading? Can you read?
I have been reading. It's just shout out to Will, shout out to Issa. If you know, you know.
Oh,
I can't disclose the book I've been reading, but it's been a
it's
trip,
funny because it just sounds like you're reading erotica.
a trip I want to ride all night long. And then what else was the last thing? I think I said everything. Yeah, I said everything. Okay,
No, man.
pretty
I
good.
started reading this one book because my colleague passed it. It's in French.
Yeah.
And the first chapter, I don't like the dad. Because like the first chapter is him snooping in his 15-year-old daughter's room, trying to find something to get mad at her about, and then discovers at the end of the chapter that she is taking the day after pill or birth control or something like that. And it's like, why do you give a fuck? At least she's safe. At least she's healthy.
Legendary
Why do you care?
rapper Ti.
Even
Legendary
he
rapper.
has a fucking record, like a spy device on her computer, and then regularly goes through her phone.
Hmm.
And it's like the first chapter. I'm supposed to be rooting for this guy
Content
because
warning. Are you meant to be rooting for him?
I don't know, but
Let
I
me.
think we are because it says at one point in one of the sentences like that this may seem abusive, but he's truly just doing this because he wants his daughter to be safe.
Real as fuck. Speaking of that, content warning. Violation of a child's boundaries. Ti, legendary rapper, like such a good rapper. Songs you might know: "Live Your Life with Rihanna." I know your white ass doesn't know real music, but you know maybe you'll know a Ti song here and there. He made a song with Iggy Azalea that was really popular in the 2010s. But again, you didn't know who Jesus was until like 2015. So
Yeah. So
anyway,
I wouldn't know who Ti is.
he was his his daughter came out and said that like while she was growing up, he would regularly take her to a doctor for virginity testing, and he would be in the room with
Oh
her.
my God, no, I remember this.
Yeah, yeah. But that's horrible, and that's just like the book
Which
you're
is
reading.
stupid because he was looking specifically the virginity test he was doing was
Yeah,
the
it's
hymen is
yeah.
still intact, which can break at any moment through anything.
I always mix up the hymen with the thing that you do, the Heimlich maneuver to stop someone from choking. I'm like, damn, yo, I
Yo, can I do the
held
hymen on you?
held her down and hit her from the back. Call that the Hyman maneuver.
Oh, good God.
um, yeah. So interesting book, Tate.
I
Interesting
know.
book.
I'm gonna try and get through it because it's supposed to be a mystery novel. Um,
Okay.
I guess
Who
my
is sleeping
coworker
with my
lent it.
daughter? Nigga, why do you care?
Literally. No, but it's about his other. It's about his other kid. Goes missing. But
Okay.
she lent it to me, so I feel like I really have to.
Yeah.
If nothing more, if not to enjoy the story, but at least to improve my French.
At least to improve your French.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, makes so much French. Makes so much French. Makes so much sense that it's a French book.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Freaky
It's set
ass
in New
country
York right
man.
now.
Okay. Okay. Have you been to New York?
When I was 3.
Oh, okay, cool. So no.
Or, no, before I was like 2.
Okay. Does I know that traveling and just like letting a kid see the world, even though they can't comprehend the world, is a really good thing. But is it a really good thing?
It's a really good thing, but I will honestly never say I've been to New York because I was 2.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. What does
Like, I've
it?
been there, but I don't have any memories.
I guess it just introduces them to a bunch of senses earlier on, right?
Yeah, I think they're
Um.
then less reactive, they're less complaining, maybe. They've tasted more things as well.
Uh-huh. 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 Experience travel from a young age. I'm sure that helps. Because you're like, I'm sure people who've been traveling from the get-go aren't as afraid of flying on planes and stuff
Oh,
like
I'm
that.
not at all afraid of flying.
Yeah.
I like to fall asleep when it's taking off and landing. Oh no, the turbulence of that just feels very nice, like rocking a baby to sleep. Um, it also helps with like I think it helps with organization, honestly, because of the nightmare that it is being in an airport. But if you start doing that from a young age, it doesn't
True.
stress you out as much as an adult.
That's very interesting. From the times that I've flown alone, which is like twice. No, but I flew with Robin once. I flew with my brother once. It was chill. But
Yeah.
I guess the flights that I did with him went international, so maybe they were a bit more calm.
International is just a bit of a nightmare because of the customs, honestly.
Yeah, the only issue I had with international travel was it was when I was moving to Germany and my bag was slightly overweight, which I still don't believe the baggage workers. This was in South Africa, and they were like,
They
"Okay,
made
cool. It's gonna weigh. It's like you're gonna pay a lot more money, but if you slip us something, then like we'll make sure that nothing happens." And what am I gonna do?
they
Say no?
definitely yeah, they was not
They
overweight.
probably fleeced me, but like it's okay. That's cool. I mean, I saw the scale, but I'm pretty sure that I was allowed 2 bags that were allowed 20, that were allowed to be 23 kilograms, but whatever. So we went to, me and one of the coworkers went to like the corner of the airport where there were like no cameras, and then she went into a bathroom, and then like made me wait like 5 minutes, and then I went into the bathroom and we exchanged the cash, and
How
then
much cash did you give them? Because this is a lot
it was
if
the
it's just
equivalent
for like
equivalent of like maybe $30.
okay, yeah, it's a lot cheaper than if you had to pay the extra fee. Sometimes the extra
Yeah.
fee can cost up to 70 euros.
Yes, crazy. And it would have killed me on that trip. But the only thing that they said was because I had a layover flight in Qatar, and they're like, if you touch your bag there, then they might get you for the late fees. So don't collect
Ah.
your bag. Just let it go to the next plane. And it worked out just fine.
Yeah, you're not
Uh,
supposed to connect your baggage
I
during
guess
the
some people
transition
do if they want to
anyways.
get something in your suitcase. But
I
yeah,
guess.
but that was my only real issue. That and just spending like 11 hours at an airport bored as hell. That was it. Everything else
Yeah.
went really smoothly. But you know what? Knock on wood that all of my travel will be pretty chill.
Yeah, no, the worst is honestly just America.
That makes sense. I've
Like
heard recently that
it's
3 Germans were stripped at the border, and they went through their phones entirely.
Yep.
Um,
Wasn't there also one German, I think it's a German, that got passed out during interrogation because they refused to give him any water.
that's so crazy, bro.
So he passed out, and then it turns out he had a flu because it was such a
Fuck.
stressful situation for him.
Hmm.
But yeah, but we only really care about these stories because they're white. That's the thing.
Yeah, I mean, it probably happens all the time to people who
Oh,
are,
it happens definitely all the time.
especially from North Africa slash Middle East. But
But did you see, and I can't remember which country specifically, I think it might be Peru, but it could
mhm.
be Colombia. They, because of that, they started detaining the American citizens that are currently visiting from America in their countries
That's crazy,
as a
but
retaliation.
kind of hilarious.
Kind of funny. Kind of
Yeah,
funny.
I feel like the Americans are like, "Oh no, I can't leave this tropical paradise." Oh, and they're like, "Oh, I guess I have to stay." Ah,
Yeah, but it's
fuck.
also fun when you're staying in a prison.
Yeah, true, 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 true. But I don't think that they're staying in a prison because at the end of the day,
Oh, probably not.
they are dealing with Don Lad Trump and Baby
Yeah,
Vance.
exactly.
So yeah,
But yeah, so
yeah, pretty nasty, pretty nasty.
pretty nasty. But
Uh,
no, America is just for me known to have just horrible delays,
yeah,
not enough staff, so everything takes so many hours, and just unwillingness to help because of like you have to pay extra even though it's their fault.
damn.
So, yeah, if you have a layover, if you're going to an international like anywhere else in the world, just avoid layovers in the US. Avoid at all costs.
Okay, if you're coming to Germany right now, don't come to Berlin. Actually, dude, the weather is pretty nice, but you are gonna be hit with strikes so often. Like it's so crazy because last week the German government were like, "Okay, cool guys, we're gonna spend 600 billion euros over the next 10 years on the military." They removed the military spending cap, but I'm pretty sure there was a strike last week for U-Bahns, underground trains, trams, and buses, and they're striking Wednesday and Thursday this week as well. They've been striking like at least every other week for a little bit now uh, because they aren't getting paid enough.
Damn.
Yeah.
Speaking of military, in this part of the Alps, they do military training in the mountains, right?
Yay.
Because of the World War II.
The World
And
War II. Why did you say it
the
like
World War II.
that?
um, and they have the cuntiest little fucking outfits on. It's like camouflage, but it's like white and light brown, and like I think there's a little bit of light pink. And they go around, and
Bunch of snow
you could
puppies
tell they're not
doing their snow
skiers,
puppy
which
thing.
is you could tell they're not skiers, which is fine.
Yeah,
But the way they walk with that fit in a giant group, they look fucking ridiculous. And I bet they feel so cool in their little outfits.
definitely.
But those little outfits are just so cunty. So I can't take them seriously. Not that I would be taking them seriously otherwise, but fuck. It's extra hard
You
now.
should just salute at them when they walk by, man.
Absolutely not.
Thank you for serving our country. Is it the French military or is it like
Yeah.
NATO? Okay.
No, it's French military.
Cool, 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 cool.
No, because there's a couple military bases, because the military here also are part of the avalanche rescue.
I think
And also just general mountain rescue.
Ivory
Partially.
Coast just seized control of the last French military base in Ivory Coast. Like they aren't
Ooh.
in France anymore.
Good for them.
Yeah, which is good. Which is good.
When was this?
Oh, let me look this up real quick in case I'm just spilling fake news. Oh, end of February.
Oh, wow.
We're recording this on the 24th of March, by the way, guys. Yeah.
Well, good for the Ivory Coast.
Shout out to them, man. You want to look at the topic list, see what we want to talk about?
See what else we came up
I'm
with.
interested in if aliens landed on Earth, which country would be the worst for them to land in, and which country would be the best for them to land in?
Okay. There are two scenarios.
Yeah. Okay.
For both of these questions. One is based on their intentions. Are they here to invade?
Yeah.
Or are they here to make friendly contact?
Okay.
If they are here to invade, which would be the worst for them to land in, and which would be the best. I think the worst would be a country that just doesn't have a lot of resources.
If they're invading, the worst place to land would be a country where it doesn't
Don't
have a
have
lot of
enough
resources.
resources to invade.
Hmm.
But they already have all their resources, because they're aliens.
Yeah, like it'd be very strange for them to come and be like, okay, cool, we have to cease the production of oil. Like I don't think they use oil. Uh, I don't know, I just feel like my knee jerk reaction is the U.S. because they are a very shoot first, ask later country.
That's true.
Um, but I don't know, I just feel like Trump would be like, let's hear them out, guys. Maybe they have a business proposition for
No, but
us.
you know how he feels about illegal aliens.
You are so right about that. You are so right. Hey, how is it? Is it illegal if you come from space?
I think it would be because he didn't go through the right documentation.
That's true, but you didn't go through a border. You came from up top. That
Oh, you didn't cross the border. You're
bit of a
right.
loophole. Bit of a loophole.
But maybe the solution to that is the border of the earth.
Yeah. Let's just say Elon Musk. I mean, not Elon Musk. Donald Trump hating illegal aliens and liking Elon Musk. Bit of a
I
contradiction.
think I think you're right though. I think the worst place would be the U.S. Also, not just because they're a first shoot, second talk, but
Yeah.
because I feel like they would try and defeat the aliens to get their resources, but would fail horribly. Because if this alien species can like cross a galaxy and then come here,
Yeah.
they're no match for us. But I feel like the Americans would still try.
Yeah. So would that be the worst for them to land or the best for them to land in?
Worse because it'd be a pain.
Aha. Okay. Then best for them to land in. Um,
Would be a just like a suck up country.
a suck up country,
Just like a country
Germany.
that will just like roll over. But the Germany has like the second biggest military production or something like that.
Yeah,
So
and
not
they
second,
are the
but it's
third
high
biggest
up there.
economy in the world. They just suck up
Yeah,
too.
like
Uh
a,
huh.
a rollover type country.
A
Like I will
rollover type
just
country. I
let
guess
you do a doormat country.
historically in wars, Italy's been a bit of a doormat country. They just kind of be like, oh, okay, cool, I'll fight with y'all, I guess, or okay, I'll fight with y'all. World
I
War
would
One, they
like
kind of
kind of
switched beats.
agree, but I
Hmm.
think East Africa would disagree.
Also very true. Also very true. What's a rollover country, man? Because
Right?
I'm not gonna any country that isn't in the West. I'm not gonna call a rollover country. It has to
Yeah.
be. Uh, right now, the UK is pretty rollover. I will say, like
Yeah.
currently, the UK is pretty
Honestly,
rollover.
yeah.
Yeah, so probably them.
I think so.
Probably them.
That would be
Uh,
the best.
they're
They
trying
are
to
a bit of a
flex, being
rollover.
like, "Nah, Ukraine, we got you," but they're a
Yeah.
rollover country.
They're a bit of a doormat country for
Yeah.
sure.
And then if they are peaceful, right? What would be the best and worst place for them to land in? If they're peaceful, the
Well,
worst place for them to
USA.
land in would be the US again.
Yep. Yep. US or Russia.
um
Both of them. But the best.
I feel like Russian people would be a lot more, yo, what up, than Americans. I don't know. Actually, I don't know.
You know what I think the best country for them to land in if they were peaceful?
Caribbean? Just like either
Finland.
you think so?
Yeah.
Nah, I think Central America, they would have such a good time.
True. Well, but the thing is, they have a lot of their own shit to deal with because of colonial powers. I don't know if they'd want another thing that they don't know anything about to come in and take up space when there's a limited space in it
We don't
already.
know they'll be taking up space, man. They could stay in their
They
spaceship,
could
come
save the
down,
spaceship. You're so
have some
right.
jack chicken, and just have a good time. I think they would have such a good time in Central America.
If they
Um,
if they were peaceful, another worse place to be would be South Africa. Have you seen District 9?
I have seen District 9. Yeah.
That's exactly, yeah, that case in point.
Hmm. Where else would be a peaceful place to land? I would say Zim because Zim would immediately be like, "You can take our resources. It's okay. Just give us a bit of money so we can all buy Lamborghinis as a Senate." Um, but yeah, I think best like in both scenarios, the worst place to land is the USA. It's almost like
Yeah,
it's almost like it's a country that isn't fun to be around at all. That's kind of wild.
absolutely not
I
a fun
didn't think we would
country.
get to that conclusion. Hmm. Anywhere else that they would I think I think if they want it to be peaceful, because of the people landing in Australia would be because I
It
think
depends where in Australia,
they're
because I think
just
there's a lot
so.
of rednecks.
But I think the rednecks would be like, nice, nice, nice. Do you drink beer? That's all we really care about. And the bond. I just feel like, yeah, just
But
anywhere with a bunch of working class people that have a great time.
that's fair. But that being said, it took Australia a long time to like legalize gay marriage. So would they be open to
When do they legalize it?
and like let me Google.
Okay. Well, like while you're saying that, bunch of places that we fuck with haven't legalized gay marriage. I don't think that's that argument.
2017.
Okay. But Germany
But
was
they've
like,
also have a rising right wing issue, much like most of Western countries, well, most
yeah.
countries in the world, I guess. So I don't know. I don't think so.
So maybe not them, and maybe not them.
You know what?
Uh,
Taiwan.
Taiwan, you think so?
I think so.
I don't know how Taiwan is as a country, so
I think
I've no
if
room to
they
speak.
came down and Taiwan's like, hey, give us protection against China,
That would be
they
so
would be down
crazy.
for it.
That would be so wild. But it's peaceful, so why they're like why the fuck
Well, they're
no?
peaceful, but that doesn't mean that they're. It's a kind of situation of like we won't attack unless attacked.
Hmm.
It's a self-defense thing.
I think they should. I think they should. I think they should stay out of politics, man. Just have a good time in the Caribbean. Have a good time in Antigua. You know, just
The
chill out.
Bahamas.
Yeah, just have a lovely time. Apparently El Salvador is safe now. Go there, I guess.
Go there, man.
Yeah. Speaking of aliens, I say that I have no side quest. I have no transition.
Segue.
There we go. Segue. Why did you write down what are your own red flags?
Why? I think I actually saw a video about it.
Okay. Are we gonna make this like surface level or
No,
personal?
this can be a mix of both. I'm gonna start with dumb stuff.
Okay, okay. Because
Um,
I don't really want to share to you know what a
no.
lot of you listening are the homies, so you guys already know what I'm gonna say for like personal red flags. So I'm gonna keep it to dumb stuff. I'm gonna keep it to dumb stuff. But you go
Okay,
forward.
wait. I'm curious what you would say. We'll
We
cut
can
this
talk about
out.
it after the podcast, man.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think one of my red flags is the kitchen has to be organized by me. If I
Uh
live with someone, it has to be organized by me. It needs to be my spaces, my
but
positions.
that's not. I wouldn't say that's a
That's a red flag
red.
because I'm not. I would argue it's a red flag because I know I'm not going to take input. And I don't want to take input. Even though it's a shared space, I want control over the kitchen organization.
Hmm. And I feel like on the spectrum of red flags, someone would be like, "Okay, go off, I guess." Like,
Not the worst one, but
oh,
we're saying dumb ones.
the microwave can't be there. Oh, damn it, Tate. I guess so. Um, what about me? What about me? What about me? What about me? Uh, red flags, red flags. Man, I'm so perfect. I just can't think of anything right now.
I can give you a
Uh,
second one of mine if you
yeah,
want.
go for it. Go for it.
When I get nervous to text someone, I will straight up just not respond for days. Case in point, I'm texting this girl, and she's really nice. I really like her. I didn't respond for 5 days.
Texting in what way, Tate?
Take a wild fucking guess, buddy.
Let's go. Nice.
Nothing's happened. We haven't even met because she
Of
lives in
course.
a town that's like 4 hours away from here.
What's the town
Um,
called? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
but I didn't
Yeah,
respond to her for 5 days because I had things going on, obviously, but also because I was like, oh no, each day it gets worse.
brother. 5 days is so chill compared to most people. Like, I think you're overthinking this.
I
Your
think
your
maybe.
your red flags are giving like, yeah, I just like I worked too hard. I think I paid too. I have to pay too much in taxes because I make too much money.
I don't even make enough.
Maybe you won't get to cuddle because I have to run a marathon every morning. Those are what your red flags are giving. I am looking on the floor right now. This is the first time it's happened, but I have a
No,
bunch
but
of
I mean,
socks
in
around. I don't
general,
know.
I am a shitty texter.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know because
I will
we lived
open my
together for most
texting
of our
apps.
friendship. I didn't really see it.
I just
Yeah.
open my apps and be like, oh, messages? Won't open them. And then they'll accumulate, and then I'll get stressed out and be a horrible person for everyone around me because it stresses me out to have so many unopened messages.
Uh-huh. I think I'm just annoying. Unfortunately, like every single meme I see, if I find it even a tiny bit funny, my brain just saves it and then I'll just repeat it all the time.
That being
And
said, I don't feel like you repeat it as often as you think you do.
okay, well, we're looking for red flags here. Red flags that
Or
aren't
maybe
personal,
I'm
is the thing.
equally as annoying, and I think they're funny, no matter how much you're beating a dead horse down. You
We
know?
have a podcast together, so I'm sure that's
Yeah,
probably
actually, no, you're right.
the
Maybe it is
one.
a red flag, and I just
Hmm
can't see it.
Um, stupid little red flags. Stupid little red flags that I might have. Um, I take forever to shit. I can lock in, but I have to remind myself to lock in. Otherwise, you might have to shit yourself. You
Oh my god!
know.
Speaking of shitting,
Oh,
another one I can think of is, which has nothing to do with shitting, is I will fall for those the small
why
game
the fuck
advertisements
was this speaking of shitting then?
because I play games when I'm sitting on the toilet
I would like
shitting.
fucking Gardenscapes. That is a red flag. Tate plays the most whack ass mobile games of all time. Think
And
of
they keep downloading more.
exactly. Think of every annoying game ad you've seen, and you're like, why the fuck? Who downloads this?
Me.
Tate. Tate.
I download them and then I play them for 3 days and then I delete them because I'm bored.
Oh my god, bro, you're so crazy. The thing about those games is I used to download them a lot as well. Back when I had an Android, mainly because I had a lot more space on it. But you would get so many ads on the game that I would just put my phone on flight mode. But then the game's adapted to make it so that you have to have an internet connection to play on them, which is
Yup.
so nasty. Capitalism, man. They won't even
So
let me.
annoying.
Capitalism won't even let me play a little shitty game. It's so sad. It's so sad. Um, I have receipts all over my room all the time. I guess that can be a red flag. I guess that can be a red flag.
No,
I'm
but you're keeping track of your finances.
sure I am. Sure I am. Oh, yeah. Money is like, uh, hmm, hmm. Fuck. I was gonna think of a analogy of something like slippery. Money. If I would be the prison slut if money was soap in a shower because I'd be losing that shit all the time. I don't know where my money goes, but I just at least have at least like 3 days in a month where it's like, okay, cool, I just have to eat my own toenails for the next 2 days and I think I'll be okay. So maybe that. I'm not like horribly like if I have to lock in, it's just you know what the red flag is that I just don't. I'm not locked in any department of life ever. If I lock in, I am so good at a bunch of things, but I'm just never locked in. So if I lock in and be like, okay, cool, I have to save money this month, then I'm good. If I lock in and say I have to post a podcast, I'll post a podcast every single week, and then I just stop logging in for like a moment, and then you guys get 10 episodes in the span of a year. So that's my issue. Is that I'm just never locked in, I guess. Um,
That's fair.
yeah, yeah, and that's
That
like that's a bit personal, but not too deep in.
that's like a self-discipline thing, so I feel like that counts.
I guess so. Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
horrible at self-discipline. If I don't want to do it, I just won't.
The mostly, I agree. I would say I'm pretty much the same. What's the We've talked about this before because we've talked about almost red flags. Um, that we have. I would say that like
Yes.
your red flag is that
Oh,
you are always so close to being the most unbearable white person.
I toe the line.
You toe the line of being like, okay, cool, this is just an ally, to being like, okay, okay,
Tone
okay.
it down.
Yeah, yeah. There's no need to only make jollof rice every day. Okay, your ancestors ate beans and potatoes. Like, just stay in your lane, bro. What's my red flag? My red flag is that I sound American.
Yeah, that's fair.
Why the fuck do I sound like that?
That's both our red flags.
I guess so. But you went to an international school. I'm Zimbabwean. Like, what happened here, guys? Um, hmm. Okay, now we're cooking. Now we're cooking on red flags. I'm having a fun time here. I'm having a fun time. I clean my laptop screen once a year. I guess it's a red flag. But again, like if I lock in, I can keep it pretty clean.
You know what? I have a red flag for you.
Okay. Okay. I'm so scared.
If we are out in a group and we're eating at someone else's place, unless someone asks you,
I will do shit.
You will not help clean up. You will not help cook. You will not do anything unless asked to.
Guys, I'm the vibe setter of the function. Okay, that's my job. Like, I can't be keeping track of the vibes from cutting up onions. Like, it's a worthy sacrifice because you guys
Just
would realize
like put your
that
plate in the dish. Like,
you'd be so sad if I wasn't there. But because I'm there, you guys are like, wow, I'm having such a fun time boiling water because of me. It's because of me. Yeah, no, yeah, definitely.
And that's a harmless one.
Yeah, I would say so. I don't know, like, yeah, but if I'm asked, like, I'll lock in. See, I'm just not locked in. It just comes back to not being locked in. I don't know if it's a red flag because I would say, I think my people can vouch for me that I'm generally a very hygienic, clean person.
That's
Like,
true.
I'm not a fan of mess. But guys, I will say, and maybe this is me just realizing that you know what, we're all kind of the same. But I think I rely on the sniff test an alarming amount.
See, me too.
Mind
But
you, not for underwear, guys. Let me just say this
no,
right
that doesn't
now.
count.
Not
Sniff
for
test
underwear.
if it counts
Okay.
for underwear or
Okay.
socks.
Okay. Oh no, I'm used to socks.
You do the sniff test for socks?
Because during winter, my feet don't be sweating like that. But I have to
Mine
make
do.
sure, you know. Oh my god, I almost dropped everything on my desk. So yeah.
Mine be sweating like that, so I cannot.
Damn. Okay. Well. Yeah, no, me neither. Who would do that? What the fuck? I would never
Never.
do the sniff test on my socks. But I think like it's okay. Sometimes you go to bed in a t-shirt and you look in the mirror and you're like, you know what, this t-shirt actually kind of fucks. I think I want to wear it today. And if you aren't sweating like crazy during your sleep, you're gonna be like, you know what, let me put it on. Why not? Why not? But yeah, it's an alarming amount because I go a while without washing some parts of clothing, not underwear and socks. I do wash those religiously. But yeah, some sweaters I look at
Oh,
and I'm like,
sweaters? I think I've worn one of these like 7 times, still haven't washed it.
yeah, I think
It
I look
doesn't
at
smell
sweaters
bad, and
and
there's
I'm
no
like,
stains on it.
yeah, like that's so
And
then
it's
why
wool.
not? So then why not?
It
Yeah,
also like really depends on the fabric.
exactly. That as well. That as well. Like I have this wool like undershirt that probably gets washed like 2-3 times a year, but like it doesn't smell bad. And I don't want to
No, it
ruin
doesn't
it.
smell bad. No stains.
Yeah. Okay, guys, we're just so ecologically friendly. We're just saving water, not putting soap in the canals, in the oceans. You know,
We're just bio like that.
we are bio allies. That's what we are. That's what we are.
100%.
I think that was pretty good in regards to red flags.
Yeah. Nothing crazy, but all
Noth-
like things that I think a lot of people also have.
Yeah, the crazy shit I'm not telling you guys. Yeah, absolutely never. What else do we have for us today? Oh, I have a bit of a rant. So, on Friday, I've had such a good weekend because I've hung out with so many, just good weekend in general. I've hung out with so many people that I've been meaning to hang out with. Like, I didn't see my average group of friends this week that much. By that much, I mean I still saw them a bunch. But new people, I saw so many of them. But I was in a group of I was with a group of guys and Nay. Me and Nay were together, and then there was a group of guys that I've worked with on shoots in the past, and then like a few of their friends, and everything was going really well. We're having a really good time, and we went to a bar, and at the bar, three of the guys decided it's time to cook. It's time to cook. So there was a two-man, and then in the back of the bar, one of the guys he was playing in the snow, man. He was he was
Yeah, okay,
but yeah,
playing in the snow.
it was a good time. But I had so much fun watching these guys try their magic, and it made me realize that you guys are too gay and but not gay enough as well for us to
Yeah, we
have this fun
tread a
when we go out.
specific line. Yeah, we
Yeah,
tread a line of gay.
like low key losers. Like I don't think
Yeah, we kind of are
I
loser
don't
gays
think
though. We're loser gays, but like it's the kind of loser gay where it looks kind of cool from the outside, but then you infiltrate and you're like, oh wow.
Yeah, like the only time that you guys have even done a bit of like going out and like sledding around was when I didn't go, when it was lunchbox candy, when I had a fucking mental breakdown, which sucks. But besides that, everyone is very like we go to a bar and we just talk to each other. What's the point of that? Ew, ew.
We aren't expanding our minds with all these like creative substances, like
We just need to go to more places where they are.
yeah.
No, you know what it is. You know what it is. From now on, if we go to a bar or something like that, if any of you says, "Damn, that person's hot," you have to talk to them. You have to
Yeah.
talk to them. I don't want to hear about your desires if you're not going to do anything about them. Keep your mouth fucking shut. Okay.
But what if you want to just make an observation?
You can talk to them. Do it. Just have a conversation. Doesn't have to be anything crazy. If you're in a monogamous relationship, that does not apply to you, obviously, right? But if you are single and okay to mingle, and you bring up that someone is a bit nicely looking, I expect you to do something. Like, I'm gonna talk to her right now, Lisa. We were at a bar 2 weeks ago, and you're like, oh my god, bar waiter so hot. Why did you talk to him? Why didn't you say that? Just say that. Like, come on, guys. Come on, guys. We need to lock in and have more fun. We are all children. That's the thing as well, is that, like, in the grand scheme of things, we are so young and hang out like we're fucking 45. Like, let's just burn ourselves out. We'll
Beers
sleep.
and beers and sports games.
Yes. We'll sleep. We'll wake up energized because we're all like a median age of 23. We are all so young, but it seems like when we
That's
hang out.
literally what my parents have been telling me this entire time I've been in this town.
I'm so glad that they do. I know like the town is kind of boring. So I
Yeah.
I would say like a tiny bit excused. But for all my folk that live in Berlin, guys, we are we are having fun in this city, but we just aren't doing enough like trashy stuff. You know, we just we just need to fuck around. Have a
And
good
there's
time
so
out.
many trashy, crazy people in Berlin. They're not gonna remember you if you fuck up.
Exactly. And I don't know. I think that's going to be my thing in like spring and summer. Is I'm going to try and get people to do like more shit. We really should have more um just really stupid stories about stuff that we got up to. And part of that is just seeing someone at a bar, maybe a bartender, and being like, "Hey, you think they're hot? Call them hot." It doesn't have to be anything more than that. Just
Yeah.
do that.
Because even if they don't reciprocate, it feels good to be complimented.
Yeah, it does. It does. And it's really fun for us to see you like talk that talk and walk that walk. I think a few months ago I had a roommate who I think he's 32, I think 32, 33. And I was thinking about going to the club with some of the homies, and he asked, "Oh, what are you doing?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm thinking about going to the club, but I'm not sure. I'm feeling a bit tired today." And he was like, "Fucking boomer." And I was like, "I can't believe." a 32-year-old is right to talk shit about me being like old. It was a Saturday night, and I was like kind of tired because I slept 7 hours. I hadn't done much that day. I was like, yeah, no, I don't know if I'm gonna go to the club. And ever since then, I've just kind of been living to prove him wrong, like living in a way to prove him wrong, because like I have so much energy every day. I may as well just live life in a way that when I get home, I don't have energy to doom scroll. I just want to go to bed. I'm fine
Yeah.
with that. And I do think that a bunch of us, and this is obviously, there are people in the friend group who I know work very long hours
Yeah.
and just aren't the most like energetic people. And I'm not gonna put unrealistic expectations on you guys, not at all, right? But
I think we're both thinking of the same person too.
yeah, I mean, okay, I'm thinking of we can break them out. I'm thinking of Antonio mostly,
Me too. I
right?
was thinking of
Yeah, yeah,
Antonio.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But there are people like, man, shout out to Daria who works like 50 hours a week, but
On top of school.
on Saturday she had a shift from 12 to 9. As soon as her work shift ended, she did pre-drinks and dressed up to go to the club.
That's
I
true.
think they
She
left the
does do the most.
I think they left the club at like 5, 6 a.m. and then she had a shift from 12 p.m. to 10 p.m. So she probably slept like 2, 3 hours and then logged in to do a 10-hour shift on a
Okay.
Sunday.
This being said,
This being said,
this does not just apply to clubs and bars and like drinking
no,
alcohol and
not
doing
at
substances.
all. Not at
This
all.
applies to everything. Like, you want to go and try out the fucking climbing gym? Go.
Let's
Do it.
learn. Hey, let's all learn to do backflips. Wouldn't that be
Yeah,
random? If we're just like, oh,
absolutely.
cool, I can do backflip. Oh, me too, because we just do it. Like, it's not just alcohol based. It came up like this rant came up because I was in a bar and I experienced something that's
Yeah.
just like a bit out there, which even isn't really a bit out there. But you're right.
And I think this also kind of comes back to this conversation we had a couple weeks ago about feeling you're like scared of feeling embarrassed or stupid.
Yeah,
It's that fear of looking embarrassing or stupid because you complimented someone and it didn't like work out, or just the act of complimenting someone feels embarrassing or something like that. We got to get over this
yeah.
fear
But it's
of
like,
looking
hey, we all
stupid.
went to film school. We already look stupid.
Yes.
Like,
We
there's
made a choice that definitely isn't working for any of us right now.
no. So like, we may as well just fully commit to the bit
Yes.
and just have some fun. And the thing is, like, with everything like this, every time you do have the fun, not every time, but more often than not, you're like, oh, glad I did that. I'm glad I did that. That's
100%.
what
And
really
any
matters,
embarrassing
man.
thing where you compliment someone and they don't reciprocate, or you say something and then it doesn't turn out well, that has a high chance you're just not going to remember it.
Yeah, you're
And
just
neither
not.
neither are they.
They definitely won't. They definitely won't. But yeah.
I can't remember a time someone's complimented me, and if I didn't reciprocate, I would like remember. I don't.
Hmm. Yeah. Let's just and this goes to my friends obviously, but it's just, I'm speaking at the listeners right now. If you felt targeted, good. Do a bit more, man. Do a bit
This is the
more.
positive version of fuck around and find out.
Yeah,
Just fuck
honestly.
around. Go and find out new shit.
Yeah. And there's no like you can do this for a while. If you're listening to this and you're 26. If you watched a TV show and there was a character that was getting drunk all the time at 26, you'd be like, that's normal. So, I don't know, you being 26, doing a bunch of random side quests, um, is completely normal. Let's bring back side quests, man. I had a side quest
Yes.
Sunday yesterday where I did the most random shit. I was at a flea market and then ended up in like a clothing studio. And I was like, why am I here? And then 2 hours later, I was drunk at a späti. I was meant to go and watch football. Like 2 hours later, I got home and I was like, oh, I couldn't leave the house. I was so tired. And then a friend of mine kind of bailed. But I was just hanging out with people that I didn't know the whole day. And I just kept being like, yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. And the side quest was really fun. I implore all of you to have as many side quests as you can. Uh, Side quests are great.
And even if the side quest is rediscovering a hobby you were into when you were 14,
Yeah,
do
yeah.
it.
And if the side quest is the dad, then at least that question is answered about whether the side quest would be a dud in life ever. You know what I mean? At least
Yeah.
you've gotten it out of the way.
At least you tried.
Yeah.
So, like, for example, my mom, she used to sew a bunch when me and Tyler were really young. Me and my sibling.
MILF! Sorry.
She would make our carnival costumes when we had carnival in our village. And she'd make our Halloween costumes and all that. She didn't touch it for years afterwards. Now, back into it.
That's very nice to hear. I'm very
She
glad
sewed
she's back
slippers
into
for
it.
me, for almost every single member of the family, for her friends. You can come back to things.
Yeah, you can. That's very lovely, man. It's very lovely. I think, like, okay, guys, let's be really real right now. Like me and Tay were talking about it at the beginning of the episode. The world is not in a good place right now. And hey, if you haven't been like, I don't know, white and living in Western Europe and like if you're above working class, like maybe this is a surprise to you. But for a lot of people, the world's kind of always been kind of dog shit, right? And you can't let yourself succumb to the dog shittery. It's very draining to live right now. It's very draining. But
Yeah.
with the little life you have, if you can do enough to survive and have a bit of time, use that time.
Yeah.
Use that
You
time, man.
you also can't fight against all of this if you have no energy.
Yeah. And a lot of
And
these
these things
things,
bring energy.
a lot of these side quests bring energy. So let's have some fun, guys. It's not giving. We have another 100 years left as a species. Not at all. Not at all. So you may as well approach that person at the bar. You know, you may as well go to that climbing gym. You may as well do crack.
Sign up for
No.
honestly, you may as well sign up for that one class you've been meaning to try.
Yeah.
You may as well just, I don't know, you may as well do anything.
You may as well just do anything.
Yeah.
Legal and morally good. Yeah. Yeah.
You may as well do tax fraud.
Honestly, that money is going towards militaries anyways, bro. So
Don't say it was us that convinced you, but
no, because we are not tax advisors. We are not financial advisors at all. This is merely a joke. This is merely haha funsies, good times with the friends.
I have yet to officially file taxes. And it's gonna come up, and I'm so scared.
Oh, you're being serious?
I'm being serious. Because I've never made enough money to be able to file taxes.
Same. Yeah, it's gonna get to us. But hey, you may as well do it. You may as well file taxes.
You may as well fucking file the taxes.
You may as well file the taxes, man. This will be the year. This will be the rest of your life of just doing shit, man. Think about your father and how often you're just chilling with him, and I don't know, an ice cream truck will drive by, and he was like, "I used to drive something like that." And you're like, "What the fuck? What do you mean you used to drive something like that?" You know? Think of that. Think of, if you don't want kids, it's okay. Think about being an uncle, an aunt in the future, and just being able to just talk about random side quests you did to a bunch of kids, being like, yeah.
My dad lived between 2 continents for 10 years. Do that.
Yeah, like,
sometimes.
I woke up with an anaconda, like, giving me head. But, like, you know, it was just, that's just how life was.
You know what?
Like
Flip a car over by accident because you fell asleep on the wheel.
Yeah. You may as well. Yo, I drunk drove 7 times before getting caught.
Yeah, maybe we should take that one out because that is technically illegal.
It's haha and jokes, guys. Never do that. Never, ever do that. No, but I was talking about this. I was talking about this with Nay a few days ago. If there were no consequences for myself and everyone around me, I would exclusively drive drunk. If there were no consequences, if I don't know, if everyone's car was made of rubber where you could just bounce off each other, and also no one would be mad, and I wouldn't be hurt and they wouldn't be hurt and everything would be just fine. I'm driving drunk exclusively. That would be so fun. Be like, okay,
What's
guys,
your reasoning?
just imagine we are at a bar. Let me think of a bar that's kind of like a Schwartz's Cafe, in Mitte, right? It's kind
Yeah.
of far from where I live. Imagine if I was like, okay, guys, today I'm only getting drunk on vodka. Let's see how quickly I can drive home. Then next time, okay, guys, today I'm only getting drunk on beer. Let's see how quickly I can get home. Then, okay, guys, I'm getting drunk in the afternoon. Let's see how much visibility affects how I can get home. Okay, guys,
Just
I'm gonna
just a
try.
scientist.
I'm just a scientist, bro. I really am. I really am. We're not discovering things anymore. We were leaving that up to the people with PhDs. Why? 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 Because it's their job. It could be anyone's job, man. It could be anyone's job. Let's just do shit, guys. Let's just do shit.
Let's
think-
just do shit.
Yeah, I think driving drunk with no consequences at all, like most things, would be
Yeah.
very fun to do.
It's kind of like murder, I would go out and murder rapists if there was no consequences.
Yeah. You could study like body language for like 20 years and then join a militia that is only hired by leftists and then only shoot the rapists.
Oh,
Because I was thinking joining an army, then I was like, no, yeah, you know,
yeah,
you're not doing a lot better than the rapists.
yep.
Yeah. See, we're onto something, guys. We're onto something.
We're onto something.
You may as well make a militia. We talk about the IRA so much because we don't have any more. We don't
Yeah.
have any more.
Guys, we need to bring militias back.
We need to bring militias back.
We
need
start
to
putting
bring-
fear into the hearts of politicians again because they've gotten a little too comfortable.
Yeah, we need to just talk to them really nicely and nothing else. Let's peacefully protest and nothing else, guys.
Nothing else.
Because that's what makes change. That's what makes change. You know what MLK did? He just put his head down and worked harder, and he achieved the American dream, guys. That's what we all should do. And what happened? He died of old age in a lovely house. That's what happened to MLK. That's what happened to Malcolm X, Fred Hampton, all these.
They
all
lived
of our-
long, prosperous lives
Yeah, and
that were not robbed of them.
yeah, and people just became less racist because we should just believe in humanity. You know what I mean? And the system wasn't racist; it was just the people at the time. But things change as we grow, as we developed.
Because the system doesn't need to change; it's the people.
It's the people, the system that gave you iPhone. Oh, so you don't like iPhone? Woke is when no iPhone, huh? See? Come on, guys. We need to do better than this. We need to do better than this. Yeah. What are your favorite sayings, Tate?
Oh my god, I love classic white people sayings. Or just like not necessarily sayings, but phrases. You're in thin ice, buddy. I love saying that one.
Ooh, You're on thin
You're
ice
on
is
thin
really good.
ice.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. I'm blanking on all of them right now.
The Chinese saying, I might be lying to you guys right now, but it says, talk doesn't cook rice. Fire.
That's a good one.
So good. So fire. That's a really good saying. Man, I'm not thinking of many sayings right now. I also blanked out on a bunch of sayings.
Oh, I
go
got
for it.
one. This is the final straw.
Ooh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Early bird gets the worm. Sure, man. Sure. Keep going. Keep going. Sayings are very fun. I wonder. I feel like most sayings are just made by. Most sayings were done by an introvert. And then their extroverted friend said it louder. And everyone was like, oh my God, that's so good. And then, it just penetrated into the cultural zeitgeist. But I don't know. I think it's really cool that sayings, proverbs all these things. People people just did it for the love of the game. You know, a lot of sayings that we say right now, we don't know who the first person like to say you're on thin ice, buddy. We don't know who that was, but he said it for the love. They said it for the love of the game.
Oh, another one I know. Pot calling the kettle black.
Yeah,
That's a
that
good
one
one.
is that one is a little wild when you hear someone say to you, if you're over certain ethnic group, but then you're like, oh, you know what, you're cooking, you're cooking, you're cooking, you're cooking, you're cooking.
You
But the
cooking?
first time I heard it, I was like, whoa,
Really?
because it was a white English teacher that said it, and I was like, man,
Oh, it's because it's always that. It's always the English teachers that say that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Same English,
Newsflash, buddy.
same English
Newsflash,
teachers,
Buster. That's a
good.
great one.
Same English teachers that like crack their neck when the N-word's coming out to kill a mockingbird. And you're like,
Oh, and they make their students say it out loud.
or they're like, guys, this word is steeped in the centuries of racism. And this is a
This
word that should not
class.
be uttered exactly, but for this class and this class only, for the sake of authenticity, for the sake of respecting the author,
Say it with your full chest.
I think I'll have to take like the fall on this one. All of these niggers. I love it so much. I love it so much. I love it so much.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and see if I can like remember any more sayings. There's
It's
a
so
lot of
crazy because
cheesy ones.
I
There's a
wrote
lot of
this
cheesy
down
ones.
and then I forgot all the sayings that I wanted to say. I think talk doesn't cook rice was the only thing that was really in my head. I will say that was because remember that era when I was posting on my story that like iDubbbz is so right, guys. Woke culture is ruining jokes. I remember that's around the time when I posted talk doesn't cook rice on my story. Yeah.
I just thought I remembered one, but I couldn't remember it.
That's okay. A bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. Whatever the fuck that means. I don't even know if that's the saying.
I've never heard of that
You've
before.
never heard that saying before? Every time I've heard it, I think someone said it wrong. It's one of those sayings where I feel like every time someone says it and they said it the wrong way. And you know what? That's fine, man. Let's just keep lying to each other.
Killing two birds with one stone is a great one.
Do you remember when Peter were like, "Hey guys, those are anti-animal." So they made like remixes of shit like, what is it like? There 100 ways to skin a cat, or killing two birds with one
Some,
stone.
yeah.
And Peter were like, "No, let me find the alternatives. You can yap about something in the meantime."
Okay. I don't know if I have much to yap about, except now I'm trying desperately to find sayings because now I really want to know.
Tell them about what like your perfect morning would be in life.
My perfect morning.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect morning does include the night before. I have to have been in
Okay.
bed and asleep by at least 11:30, preferably 11.
Doing your serial killer mind palace shit. If you guys want to understand that, listen to episode 2, the Cream Queen one. Yeah. Anyways, in bed early.
In bed early, I sleep well. It's in a nice queen size bed, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I wake up in my nice bed sheets. I wake up naturally 9:10.
9:10. Interesting.
And then I slowly
Oh wait, but what
dip.
climate are we in this dream morning?
It is like spring transitioning to summer. That's the season.
Okay.
And it has to be somewhere where I can hear the birds chirp
Mm-hmm.
because that sounds nice in the morning.
Yes, it does.
And so I wake up, and it's the kind of wake up where it's like I can still kind of snooze for like 10 minutes, but I'm up and out of bed after those 10 minutes. And I get up, I wash my face, I do my skincare. I'm feeling so good. There's just like an overwhelming sense of peace and goodness.
You wake up, you do your skincare. Do you stretch before that?
Um,
Oh,
if I'm being realistic, no. I
okay.
should, but I don't.
That's okay.
Um, and then I make breakfast. And I sit outside and I eat my breakfast on a balcony, on a terrace, whatever. I eat it outside.
What breakfast are you having?
I'm having an ideal breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
I'm having scrambled eggs,
Okay.
having a little toast,
Mm.
2 slices of sausages,
Mm-hmm.
or like 2 slices of bacon, maybe
Yeah.
some like fried mushrooms.
Mm-hmm. Are you describing an English breakfast?
I just realized I'm describing an English breakfast. Yep,
Uh-huh.
an English breakfast. And then a nice coffee.
That's very lovely.
Or a matcha. I haven't had matcha in months because it's so like there's no place here sells a matcha, and that shit is expensive right now.
Your
Berlin has
poor
like really
soul,
nice
man.
cheap matcha
Your
like to buy.
poor soul. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. How are you still bisexual? You haven't had matcha in so long. No.
I religiously wear that carabiner.
As you should. I'm glad. You're still holding on to it. You know?
100%.
That's good. That's good. Keep
And my
going, buddy.
baggiest pants remind everyone who I
Keep
am.
going. Keep going. Keep going. Fight the good fight. All right, don't let buyer Asia get you, man. Don't let them get you. They can take away your matcha, but they can never
can't
take away
my heart.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. Okay, I found the Peter saying. So it says, stop using anti-animal language. Instead of kill 2 birds with 1 stone, say feed 2 birds with 1 scone. Instead of be the guinea pig, say be the test tube. Instead of beat a dead horse, you say feed a fed horse. Instead of saying bring home the bacon, you say bring home the bagels. Instead of take the bull by the horns, you say take the flower by the thorns, baby.
See, objectively, they all mean the same thing, but I think it's because it's coming from PETA. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Have I told you that my theory, which I definitely stole from someone else, that like PETA was invented to make veganism look stupid, like veganism and animal rights?
I can kind of partially see that, yeah.
Big meat. big, big,
Big meat.
big meat came together. And they're like, okay, cool. These vegans are low-key spitting. Like, we are ruining the environment, and we do treat these animals like hell. And you know that, like, cows don't naturally produce milk. We force them to have kids, and then that's how we get the milk. Let's stop people from knowing about that by making vegans look like blue-haired feminists, SJW blue-haired feminists. You know, because people are gonna hate that, and it worked. And it worked.
It worked.
It worked.
I don't know
bro.
if I fully believe it, but I could be convinced over a period of a couple weeks.
If you know how every once in a while the CIA have to like release that they were like killing black people in every way they could think of in the 60s.
Yeah.
If it comes out that they were like, yeah, we made PETA, I'd be like, yeah. I am not surprised. I'm not surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised either.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Yeah. It could just be human incompetence, but it could
Yeah.
also truly be like a psyop. Yeah, it's just like the digital footprint, the carbon footprint thing. I was like, yeah, let's just make the consumer think that it's their fault that that ducks are like drowning in oil in the Gulf of Mexico. Let's do that. Yeah. Instead of saying
it's your fault.
Instead of saying ducks are drowning in oil, say ducks eating out of biodegradable foil. How about that?
How did you come up with that so fast?
I'm like a tiniest bit hungover, but I've never felt like more locked into recording a podcast episode. I am actually in such go mode. I'm so glad that this is coming out soon as well.
Nice.
Even though we've avoided talking about current events, which is kind of crazy. It's been a pretty good episode. Well done to us. And you know what, guys? If I log in, you might be able to hear us actually talk about like our days as they happen. You might hear more about our lives. It'll be very vague.
Honestly.
Yeah, but it'll be a good time, man. It'll be a good time. Tate, do you have any message for the people? Do you have anything else we want to talk about, or should we wrap this up?
Um, this is not good advice. But a temporary solution to feeling lonely, watch a fuck ton of movies.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
I think that because not only are you enjoying the movie, but because there are a lot of like thoughts and topics that come out of specific movies, that you can just use that for small talk and conversation.
True. True. I think I'm gonna write an article soon about it. And it's such an old take, which is why I don't know if I'm gonna write an article about it. But I think I'm gonna write one about watching movies alone. Because here's a sneak peek to the article. One of the things that's really nice about watching a movie alone is I don't like the pressure of leaving a movie and then having to give any opinion on it like immediately.
Me
But
too.
if you watch it alone, you just let that cook with yourself. You go, you buy falafel afterwards, and you're like, wow,
Mm. Sit and think.
life is really good right now. I'm sitting and thinking.
And honestly, when you go out and you want to do something alone, it's so much easier to go to the cinema and do something alone, and then afterwards head to a bar alone,
True.
head to a restaurant alone.
I don't know if I'd go to a. Would I go to a bar alone?
That's the thing is, I'm trying to convince
No.
myself to do it because I need to meet people, but it's
True.
so tough because how the fuck do you start a conversation?
I wouldn't go to a bar alone just because it involves spending money, which I don't want to do. See,
Yeah,
look, I'm locked in, guys. I'm saving money. I'm saving money. But I think you should definitely do that.
but
Yeah.
it's so hard to find clubs nowadays. I feel like because Facebook's been completely deserted, and that's where you could find clubs,
Oh, you mean like run
like
clubs and shit
community
like that?
clubs.
Okay, 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 okay,
That's why, like, I
okay.
feel like bars is the thing people fall back on.
Maybe I mean like Instagram location tagging, no?
Oh, that's a good point. I didn't consider that.
The one time that like the internet's actually useful.
I'll do
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Another thing, guys, start trying to figure out ways in which the technology actually serves us. Every once in a while, it's really nice to be like, you know what? I'm actually kind of glad I had a phone in this moment, and let's try and focus on those. And if it's not serving you in that way, then don't let it serve you at all because you will start serving it.
Exactly.
Mm. Otherwise,
Wise words.
yeah, guys, try to not be lonely. That's very easy advice to say, but I promise you,
It takes
it's
work.
better for you. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of self-reflection. It honestly
Oh
being
yeah.
a lot of things to help you not be lonely is doing a lot of things by yourself actually because
Yeah.
it does help. Like if your issue is self-confidence, then I don't know, going on a run, getting your health in check, which is shit that you mostly do alone, will help you, you know? And yeah, if you're feeling a bit demotivated when you wake up, try and do something that's kind of low effort, that isn't an insane commitment, because it'll make you feel good about yourself and you're more likely to
Yeah,
carry
and
that
find
momentum.
one thing that makes you excited in the morning.
Yeah.
For me, that's orange juice. I love the feeling of orange juice. It's
And
like your first
me,
drink in the morning.
me with apple juice.
Yeah.
Um,
Find that one
Apple
thing
juice is
that
my
just gets you
baby.
excited.
Yeah. Actually, I was scrolling through Reddit, which is kind of nasty of me. I'm sorry, guys. But I saw a guy yapping about very quickly. Um, he said, I'm 38 and finally cracked the discipline code after failing for 15 years. Here's a system that changed everything. And the system is like, it's a bunch of small things. Ultimately, one thing that I've learned is that any solution to like procrastination and productivity um, should be just a color in the grand tapestry that is your life. Like, don't rely on just one solution to get you out of the gutter. Rely on a bunch of smaller ones working in tandem. But what did he say? Never miss the same habit 2 days in a row. Uh, Decision minimization. Prep your workspace, clothes, and meals the night before. Eliminating these small decisions preserves mental energy for when you're locking in during the day. Something that one I'll try my best, but I probably won't follow it. I'll prep my workspace, but
Oh yeah,
I
me
like
too.
I like deciding what fit I'm going to put on, and I kind of like figuring out what I'm going to eat in the day. Uh, Commit to 5 minutes of any difficult task. I agree. because after the
You
5 minutes,
need
you
to
just want to keep
challenge
rolling.
yourself.
I started writing a script a few days ago because I just forced myself to do it for 5 minutes. Very excited for that. Join accountability groups. That helps. Attach new habits to existing behaviors. This is why I brought it up. For example, stretching during your coffee brewing or reading while on an exercise bike. If you want to pick up a habit like in the morning, if you just want to stretch in the morning, stretch while your water is boiling in the kettle. It won't take up any more space in your time because you have to wait for the water to boil anyways. So you don't have to
That's a
think about
good
like,
one.
oh, where do I fit that into my day? Yeah,
No, that's a very good one.
it's a very good thing.
Also, guys,
Yo, are birds
put
tweeting
time limits on your
near
social
you?
medias. Put time limits on your social medias, please.
Yeah,
It helps so
because
much.
these companies invested so much money into making sure that you struggle with the time limits. So, it's you have to do the work yourself. But sometimes you have to let it be taken out of your hands, and time limits is a way to take what did DJ Khaled say? To take the door off and take the hinges off and put them in the fuckboy's hands. You have to put the hinges in the fuckboy's hands. Okay. I'll play the video for all of you guys who don't get the reference. But yeah. No, I won't. I don't want to get copyright claimed for some reason. So look it up, guys. You have free will. You have agency. Have a good life, guys. We will see you next week. I'm going to say that to force myself to make sure that I release this next week. And hopefully Tate will start making TikToks about the podcast. Yeah. We're both slacking. We both need to lock in. But we're happy
Yep.
that you guys still listen to us anyways. We really appreciate the support. Nearing 100 followers on Spotify.
Oh, really?
We consistently get like about 100 listens if you combine like Spotify and YouTube, which is really cool.
That's crazy, especially considering most of the people that watch us are our friends.
Yeah, I really appreciate you guys for actually paying attention to what we do. It feels really nice. But yeah. Have a lovely day, you guys. Enjoy life. Have a matcha if you can. And we'll see you soon.
Ciao.